Good morning and welcome to the first series in our Swisslinx Xperience. Mehdi SAADALLAH is the head of cybersecurity for Atos Switzerland, and whilst completing his doctorate on how AI is changing the way security teams work, he's passionate about people and the combination of technology together and where his field is going. So we're here today to talk more about the idea that cybersecurity is not just a technological problem, but a people problem. So welcome.
Absolutely. Thank you for welcoming me to your Zurich office.
You're very welcome. Thank you. You've talked a lot in your research about the tools and threats to cybersecurity. And you've also talked a lot about the fact that it isn't just a tool problem, but it's a people problem. Can you explain to us why that is?
Well, actually, tools and threats are very much important. I mean, we should obviously be always watching our threats. So it allows us to map them against the techniques that they're using to infiltrate. And the technology as well is very much important. The technology by itself doesn't protect the organization. People do. And that's the important part. And within an AI-enabled environment, the people are actually asking a lot of questions on an AI-enabled environment. One of them is actually, can we be able to trust the decision that has been shared with us by AI? Is it explainable to us? Is it something that important to us? Is it into critical assets? And is it something that we are able to take a decision on? And if the decision goes wrong, who is being accountable? So those are all people problems that get back to us. And the topic as well, not only studied from a people perspective, it's as well being studied as well from all the angles, which brings us to study the cybersecurity as a social technical phenomenon, which states through science that a socio-technical environment is as performant as all its components. So it's not only about people, it's not only about tools, it's not only about threats, it's as well about the routines that the organization are embracing. It's about the way of working and how organizations structure themselves. And is it as well finally about how the overall governance and the company address the topic.
You hear a lot of people talking about now that AI is taking away part of the learning, right? So if you can automate tasks, especially at kind of more junior levels, and is that taking away knowledge from, you talked about the people that ultimately have to make the decision. If they don't grow up in that environment where they're learning all of the different threats and problems and they're kind of more manually kind of focused on the work, is it going to be harder in years to come for these people to have that knowledge in order to make the right decisions and not just rely on the technology?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, today relying only on AI and automating tasks without redesigning training is solving today's efficiency problem, but creating an expertise gap in tomorrow. As AI is taking away a certain number of tasks that are very much manual, that could be repetitive and part of SOPs, there is new skills that are today very much important to develop within individual. One of the skills is the judgment. So how today, as an analyst, I'm able to judge, is it something that is genuine to the company or not? Another skill is as well the decision making, how we are able to take a decision based on all the signals that has been shared with us by AI. And the answer to that is really to redesign the way that training has been conducted today, from moving it from an SOP-driven, standard operating procedures and doing tasks manually, to a much more decision-making. So the next question a little bit, how we do it, right?
Yeah.
That should be the right question. And we do it simply by making it part of the day-to-day of an analyst. It means instead of today telling, for example, a cybersecurity analyst, go and triage 100 events, go and look at 10 events driven by AI tool and look at them and say, is it good enough as a result for me to take a decision? What the tool is missing? What do I need to confirm with my colleague? What was the decision of the senior analyst and why? And in that way, we're designing a new generation that is not only focused about doing things as manually, we're focusing about organizations that are today able to make decisions process.
Will we get to the point where the AI makes the decision and not the human?
Well, today the technology is available to do that, and the technology was available since 2012 with the apparition of deep learning algorithm. Today there is a possibility, for example, for a cybersecurity engineer to contain a workstation automatically by an AI operating system. But unfortunately, a lot of chief information security officers are not willing to take this bet because it has business risks and contextual understanding that are very much important and remain within the human base. Today, if AI made a mistake, you cannot jail it, you can't fire it, you cannot send it into a training plan, you can just deal with it. So then who's gonna ultimately take the decision making over there? And until we have not resolved that topic, I would see that humans still have a lot of quite good age on making the decision by their own.
We've started to see a bit of a shift in the market, and also I would say here at Swisslinx, where you need to have senior people who are experts in the field, but beneath that, you can have quite a gap in seniority in order to get the work done. We see the demand on the market is really moving away from the kind of junior to mid-level role. Focus is more on the senior side, people that are willing to sign that off and make that decision. That must pose a problem for the future generations coming out of university. How do you see that?
Well, it is actually true that that a lot of junior entry position, because of the kind of repetitive task that has been performed until now, are tasks that could be performed to AI to a certain extent, right? Not all of them, not in all topics and so on. But then the system needs to be able to adapt very quickly. So university, who plays a very important role, need to be able to adapt their curriculums to this new reality, because they have as well access to AI tools. They can design programs that will be able to fit organization. Then what do we do with this gap generation that is coming in the next 2-3 years, or come up on the last 2-3 years, that are still being trained on this old system, right? For those, my suggestion and my recommendation to them is embrace new roles. Today, there is a lot of new roles that will be coming in the market. AI is not a straightforward technology. It still needs to be configured. It still needs to be deployed. It still needs to be uploaded knowledge on it. It still needed to review the action that is being performed, and it needs to be still tweaked. What we have seen as well with our customer is that if we don't suggest them to maintain their AI along the time, it go rogue, right? It starts to be deteriorated and it needs to be updated. So those are new roles that actually those juniors could be able to embrace.
You talked earlier as well about like decision making and critical thinking. How do you train that in your more junior staff? How do you give them the tools to be able to make those decisions? Well,
then we start to fundamentally change the routine that the company is following. So people used to train when they have time at work, and senior people used to mentor when they don't have queues within their backlog. Today, this needs to be changing a little bit in various ways. The first way is that the training needs to be part of the daily operation. Then how do we do that? We mentioned, for example, this is what we have sent to the AI. This is what it has triaged. This is the kind of response that we get. And this is what AI suggests as a next step. And we start positioning the analyst by telling him, what is your take on that? Is this the right thing to do? What do you believe needs to be done? And then we bring it one notch up. Then he shares his decisions, and then we compare them with the senior analyst. We take a look at what the senior analyst has done. He has not gone through that path. He has requested from the AI to perform additional analysis. He has by himself checked about the criticality of that asset. And by this way, the juniors start to getting up these new habits. Back in the past, they used to get used on executing the task manually. It used as well to be a difficult job, right, to do it. And then now the judgment, because it was implicit part of the tool, the human is configuring the tool, he understands the logic, he's executing it. This element was embedded. Now that we are splitting up those, the focus should be much more on the judgment.
But that means there's also a responsibility on business and companies to invest in their people, because this takes time. The mentorship that you refer to as well, it takes a time, a willingness, but also an intention that you are educating them on how to get to the kind of the end result.
Yeah, absolutely. Today we have seen company, and you would be hearing that many of the program failed when they're going to deploy it through AI. It is not failing because the technology is bad. They are failing because we're not approaching it in the right way. And the right way is really to start by redesigning the routine. So today within company, there is two types of routine. And this is again a scientific term. We call it the ostensive routine. The ostensive routine is what is the ideal scenario and how things needs to go within the company. And the performative routine is actually what is the reality. And in between the ostensive and then the performative routine, actually we're introducing an AI agent. And this AI agent actually become a co-performer. When it become a co-performer, we need, while we are designing actually the program, to mention very clearly, those are the tasks that need to be automated. Those are the new tasks that will be expected from the team. And this is how we are going together through that journey.
Yeah.
And this is the overall transformation.
And do you think, I mean, AI is moving so fast and it's changing the way that all of us work quicker than I could ever have imagined. Do you think the universities are moving fast enough to prepare their people for the world that is out there when they've graduated?
Well, again, it's depend on every, it's a very difficult question to answer in a very general term, but I think their level of awareness is good enough. Now, based on the university and what is their priority and what is in the roadmap, the velocity will be different. But what we are seeing is we see as well additional actors that get actually being introduced into the market is the AI providers as well. They put in touch online for free programs where you can learn how to code and so on. So today learning AI is not a problem. Today just to be able to embrace the new identity and to say, okay, that today my value is not anymore on the technical side and in performing the task, but my value is much more on the judgment and managing the AI has been core to me. And once we do the piece with ourselves when it comes to that skills, then after that the content is being available. Obviously there is a way you need to navigate in which path you want to go, but this is not a big deal to sort.
Yeah. So you need to keep your focus and your curiosity at the front of your mind, because otherwise I think it's easy for young professionals to maybe take a step back, relax and watch the work occur. So I think they need to also just be curious to say, why is it doing that? And how is it working? And what is the impact? I think I take from what you've said that is a key message. No, absolutely. I mean, we have seen all the time that fast movers are always the best gainers. Yeah. I mean, they are willing to take the risk, they're willing to embrace the change, and they're the first one into the list. You will start to see that within the market, there are going to be roles such as an AI security orchestrator who would need to take a subset of repetitive tasks, crack the problem, put it into an AI agent, supervise the agent, maintain it, look at his results, and refine it as an infinite loop. And this is really a skill that will be naturally extended to the new generation. Yeah, great. What could a leader do in order to build their team to train the next generation? Yeah, the leader should be embracing a transparent attitude with his team, and he should be handling that transformation as a workforce transformation and not only tools deployment. Today, a lot of people deploy tools. That's great, but nobody's using it. And the key problem around that is that people need to be able and to be involved around that. So being quite clear about this is what's going to be automated, and this is the new skills that is being needed, and this is what the company actually is doing for you as terms of learning, webinars, town halls, and so on to bring out those new skills.
will really ease it up the journey towards that. Because at the end of the day, AI is as good as we configure it. And it's the people who's going to be behind it who's going to do it.
Thank you, Mehdi. It was very interesting to hear everything you have to say, and I'm sure there's a lot more that we could cover. Is there anything else that you want to add, or anything else that you think brings?
Well, what I would like to share is that this is a very big topic, right? And many of the principles that I have stated, from the routine, the ostensive, the operatings, and the performative routine, from tensions, from identity, from training, are applicable as well to other domains. This is not only a cybersecurity problem. All of us are navigating this world. However, what's going to be very much different into cybersecurity is a very decision-driven area. And by having a very much decision-driven area, a lot of people are actually not allowing AI agent to take actually decision. This might be different from other domains where there is repetitive task and there is no business impact. So I invite professionals really to look at it not from a technical standpoint, but from a business standpoint. This is my key recommendation, and I'm happy to share my thoughts as well on other topics that are related to AI, on a specific subset of AI, but as well on much more overall topics like the identity itself, how professionals navigate that, and going on.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. And thank you everybody for listening. If you have any questions for Mehdi or for myself, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a lovely day.
You too.
Cheers.
Thank you.